To finance now, and it's been a solid start to February with the Aussie market lifting for a second day. For more, I'm joined by Scott Phillips, Chief Investment Officer at Motley. Scott, good evening. Firstly, the ASX closed 1.2% higher today, and it was mining and energy stocks we had to thank.
Tomo, good evening. Yes, nice to have 2 days in a row of positive news on the ASX after a shocker in January. And as you mentioned, mining and resources in particular up 2 and 3% almost for the energy sector. So a really, really good result there. Should be said, most sectors were in the green today, pretty broad-based gains, but absolutely the resources companies took us there.
Here's another very important one. RBA Governor Phillips hosed down rate hike fears.
Sort of. And this was fascinating. The RBA still continues to bounce backwards and forwards, saying, look, don't worry about it too much. Don't get too excited. But we can see circumstances where we might actually have to increase rates. And so they're kind of taking a bit each way. They are, to some degree, though, to your point, hosing down the rest of the market because a lot of people had priced in rate hikes as early as maybe even May this year. The governor's saying, look, we still want wages growth. We still think inflation is within the target band. We're kind of prepared to wait a little bit longer. And I think that's about right for now. The real question, we saw Amcor today suggest that their inflation rate of their cost, their products, up 10% when you're making boxes. So, Governor Lowe happy to wait for now, but inflation data in particular will tell the story over the next 6 months.
Big day for Telstra. The telco has made $1.6 billion investment.
Not bad, is it? And two really interesting investments that this totals up to this $1.6 billion, Tomo. On one hand, they're doing some interstate or intercity fibre. So we know that internet connection relies on big cables to take all of that traffic around the place, and the growth of data is just exponential at the moment. So they're putting some extra business or extra investment into that business. That should get them hopefully a decent return. The one that's most interesting for me is the satellite business they're investing in, because Elon Musk's Starlink satellites that are going through the sky right now, providing satellite internet right around the world, is the biggest threat to both broadband and 5G mobile Wi-Fi. And Telstra just making sure they have a dog in that fight in case that's the direction it keeps going. OK, now before we go, Scott, how are the US futures looking? I get to finish with some good news, Tomo, which I always appreciate. At the moment, the S&P 500 up just under 0.2%. Hopefully good news for their trading day tonight and ours tomorrow.
Lots of good news. Scott Phillips, thank you.
Thanks, Tomo.